live.
We not.
We in. Oh, I was about to say, come
Am
on,
I
Jesus, come on
froze?
through. We in. Can you hear me?
Am I froze?
Yep, a little bit.
Because on
But I
my
can
side,
hear
I
you.
look froze.
I can hear you though.
Okay.
Yeah, you frozen a little bit. Just slide your device to the side a little bit. We in. Jesus, come on, Jesus. We are in. So we know that link is working because I see you and I hear you.
Okay.
So we
Can you
know
hear
that
me?
much. Yeah, I can hear you
Okay.
clearly. Yep, your picture is frozen. So,
Right. Because that's what I see. I'm like,
so you want a chance going out and coming back in, or you want to move a little bit?
oh, there you go.
Yes. Come on the main line, because Jesus is on the main line. Yes, Father. Yes. Well, hey, y'all. Welcome if you're new here. Welcome back if you've been, if you've been hanging in there with us with these technical difficulties that we just had. I am Coach Robin Renee, proprietress of Alpha to Omega Holistic Therapeutic Services, a wellness lifestyle brand with a mission to educate on natural care for mind, body, and soul, encourage mindful movement, and empower you to be well. This platform is Self-FULLness MATters, where we take self care out of the box to discuss the many ways to wellness. We also want to equip you with practical strategies that you can put in place in your daily life to do life better. And if you all have been here, if you are our frequent flyers, or even if you're new, I just want you to know I allow my guests to introduce themselves because I may say something that they don't want you to know, or I may miss something that they want you to know. So, on that note, I'm going to turn it over to my guest and allow her to introduce herself to you.
okay. So, hello. My name is, but I prefer because it's easier to remember. I am a nurse. All my
One second, Nurse Taushie, 1 second. So, when you move, your voice is going out. So,
is
when you
going.
move it forward and back. So, yeah, so you have to say your name again because we missed your name.
So my name is. Is it clear?
It's going in and out. You may have to take your earbuds out. I mean, are you close enough to your device?
Let me put it in. I took it. Yeah, echo.
See what happens. Let's see.
Is it clear?
I can hear you. Oh, but you hear an echo? Okay, so let's go. Let me see. I think I can hear you.
I can't see your chat. Do they have an echo?
Yeah, now I do hear an echo. Yeah, there's an echo. Okay, so try your earbud again. Just try not to move while you're talking. Because Jesus on the main line. We got this. We got this.
Right. Let me do this. Let me swipe up and swipe.
Okay. Hey, Sora, she's checking in. Thank you for chiming in.
Okay. Do I sound? I don't.
We can hear you, but it's like when you move, there's like glitching in it. And also, if you're signing in, just let us know where you're signing in from, where you're chiming in from.
Now is it clear?
Yes, you got to stay like that though.
Okay. I'm gonna try not to move. So, my name is Taushie. Like I said, I prefer and it's most of my social media handles that I easier to remember. I am a I do a slew of things, all related, um, or I find it incorporate the things that I and put them in the healthcare realm. But over the last 8 years, I've been digging more deeper into the approach and first how I treat, then how I treat, and then how can in my community and those that are around that make to just help make life a little because I see it on both sides. The teachings of holistic is knowing the way to care. Um, and so paths are similar, very similar in the sense how we can utilize, how we make everything whole as we can. Um, and I'm just here to and talk about whatever we're talking about for today.
Okay, good stuff. So yeah, so if you have questions about specifically about the lymphatic system and breast cancer risk, we want you to put that in the chat as well. Or as she said, anything along the lines of holistic wellness and just understanding, excuse me, one, how herbs impact the body, and the other thing, by her being on that cusp, on that dividing line of having medical training as well as holistic training, there's some distinct things that a lot of people don't know about the differences between medication and herbal remedies, right? So there's another, and then there's this whole, I can tell you about that, because I have that training as well. But I can tell you about the whole legal, logistical stuff, especially in the state of Illinois and how they want to outlaw and all of that. Can I say that? Don't mute me, y'all. Don't mute me. But yeah, it's some legalities involved in being a holistic practitioner. And I do have that training. And when I first got my training, like all that. Anyway, all those things. So, Nurse Tasha, you probably got to lean up because I do want you to explain how the lymphatic system operates and in what its nickname, right?
So the lymphatics is in healthcare terms, we call it the garbage highway. So we mean by that the lymphatic system, drainage system. At any point in this system, the network allows you pull out the things you don't need so that the body can do the things that it does essentially.
Oh wait, excuse me. They said that you still have an echo. So can we try this? Y'all let us know if this works. I'm all about improvising. Can we do this? If you shut down your earbuds,
Let me see if this.
call me on no, call me on my phone, and I'm gonna put this speaker up to the mic. Listen, we gonna get this show on the road. All right, she got some high tech stuff on y'all. Let's see.
Can you hear me better?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Y'all let us know if there's an echo. I sure can.
You still got an echo?
No, I don't. Is the echo gone, y'all?
Do y'all hear echo?
I don't. That's clear.
Okay. So it's great because I can't hear this.
Now I can hear you. Can
Huh?
you still hear me though?
I can hear you.
Yep, I can hear you.
So, so in healthcare we call that like the
They
drainage.
said, wait one second. They said there's still an echo. Is there still an echo? Is the echo on me or on her? Listen, we're about to get this technology together. Let me hook some stuff up here. Let's see if I got the echo. Because I don't hear an echo. So yeah, they're saying still an echo. That's all right. We got the technology. Like the $6 million man, Steve Austin. Am I dating myself? We have the technology. We can rebuild him. So they said it's not on me, but you know what? In case it's reverbing off of me, I'm gonna plug something in so that we'll see. If I had anything to do with it. Okay, Nurse Tasha, can you say something now?
Let me drop and come back.
You gonna sign back in? You gonna sign back in? Okay. So she's gonna sign off and sign back in. All right, y'all. Hey, but anyway, so I'll share this information that I do know. Well, I'm gonna say I did know because I have not researched it in some years. But when I got my training in naturopathy, I found out it was towards the end of my program. Probably was the end of my program. I'm all excited. I'm gonna get this degree and all this stuff. But anyway, found out that the state of Illinois. Um, so I'm letting her back in. But anyway, in the state of Illinois, can I say that? In the Midwestern state, this Midwestern state, that it was like actually not legal to practice only as a holistic practitioner, as a naturopath. You would have to have also an MD attached to your ND because you cannot prescribe herbs. Like you, so your treatment plans, I'm using all quotes, so y'all don't X me out social media. I'm just saying what I had heard allegedly in this Midwestern state when I got my training. Yeah, and it was very disheartening because you're new, in the agree. You're like, okay, I'm about to go out and help all these people, and they like, hold up, pump your brakes, shawty, because now you ain't gonna help people. So
And
you
then
can't.
you fall in, and then the doctors don't want to sign up with it.
You see, you said it's not what?
I said, and then you find that the doctors, you won't find a doctor that will collaborate with you.
Yeah, and that's the other part. So yeah, so it's either I go to medical school to attach an MD to my ND, or like she said, hook up with an MD. But then the MD would have to pay me or pay whoever the ND is, and they ain't trying to cut into their funds like that. So it was like a whole big old thing. So I chose to take the path of, holistic wellness and herbal remedies. I mean, I'm legal. I ain't going to jail up in here. I'm legal, when it comes to the things that I'm able to share with people, and they're just recommendations. That's it. They're recommendations. They're not prescriptions, because we cannot prescribe any herbal remedies. The other part to it, y'all don't mute me though. The other part to it is the government, like the homies. It ain't fun if the homies can't have none. If the government can't have none, yeah, they are not too interested in saying, yeah, it's okay for you to tell people to go out and lay in the sun, for 6 hours a day, to increase their vitamin D, or you can even say if it's a supplement, and you live in one of these states like we live in where it's dark for 8 months of the year, you take the supplement, and then your levels go up. They're like, yeah, no, because we want to prescribe you something. The blood in your bottle coming out. I mean, I ain't trying to get myself together. It's like, okay, I got this piece of paper, and what am I going to do with it? And Nurse Taushie is right. I mean, there were not a lot. Well, I'll say this.
And it
Who were
still isn't.
leading? Who
It
were
hasn't,
legally operating?
right, and it still hasn't changed much.
That's sad. So I
To
haven't even looked back
find
into it. Yeah.
to find a board certified holistic clinician is very hard to find. I don't think you'll find any in Illinois.
Well, I
But
think
you
that's by
will
design.
find holistic. You will find people just kind of like what you did that are went under the wellness perspective, so that then you can operate
Without going to jail.
right.
Right. Without going to jail. But yeah, so yeah, let's get back on this lymphatic system. Our
So Echo is gone.
I'm not sure. Is it still echoing, y'all? I hope it's gone.
I don't hear. I mean, I don't hear it.
I don't hear it either.
Okay. So in healthcare, we call the lymphatic system like your garbage highway. And so what the lymphatic system does for the body, it is going to pull out all of the things that we don't need, so it can open up to receive and make sure that all the things that we do need flow. So let's say we have here, you got lymph nodes here. And so if this is clogged, you're going to fill everything up here. And so you want to make sure that everything is draining down. You want to make sure everything is open, because when things get clogged there, you'll be sinusy. Here, you got plenty of them. And I don't want to point out all the systems, but specifically if we think about here, you got one under your arm. If this is clogged here, you may have tenderness in your breast, swelling under your arm, and things of that nature. And so how does you pick that up with breast cancer? A lot of people, when they go back and really look at the science behind it, you may have been somebody that has had clogged mammary glands for a long time. And when anything sits anywhere, we know what happens. If that it's just like your blood, if that's not flowing, you have swelling of your legs, you see it everywhere. And so this is why we want to make sure that our lymphatic system stays cleaned out, working properly for us, understanding how to activate our own, understanding when it's clogged, what to look for, and what can you do to help your system and those things.
So I heard that rebounding is good. It's like on the mini trampoline. If you just jump up and down on the mini trampoline, it'll activate your lymphatic system and increase that drainage.
And even if you don't have a rebounder, if you just go on your tippy toes, that's rebounding. Because I tell people, I don't want you to go out and buy all this expensive equipment, because your body can mimic all of those things on its own. So like if you don't have a rebounder, if you just go up and down on your tippy toes 20, 30 times a day, first thing in the morning, at lunchtime, before you go to bed, that will activate, just wake up the lymph system. If you tap in different areas, tapping, if you're rubbing, those are the things that you can do yourself to activate your lymphatic system, open up the drainage channels so that they can receive it, so that we can get it out. So how we get the stuff out of the system is sweat, urine, and bowel movement. So once it's draining, it's going to go to the organs that are going to excrete out of the body.
So let's put a pause here, put a comma here. When we're talking about sweating as being one of the channels to drain out the lymphatic system, antiperspirant deodorants. Can we get on this? Can we get on this? Hallelujah, amen. Because that was the big thing. I'm a '60s baby raised in the '70s, and so the big ones were what was it, the Green Mitchum, right? Like 72 hours. I mean, now I think they got the secret clinical or something, whatever. And so, and I know people don't think about this because people are thinking about, I just don't want to stink. But all sweat doesn't stink. Like all of it doesn't. One part of it is just regulating your body's temperature, but the other part of it is
Inside.
get rid of the stuff. So if it's in there, you want to know that it's in there. So if you are blocking that with an antiperspirant and an antiperspirant containing chemicals. We can't say the word with the A, but containing certain chemicals that will help to block that. Just like Nurse Taushie is saying, just think about you got a straw and you pushing clay in it, right? Everything is trying to come out and you keep pushing it. You keep putting your Q-tip and pushing back up in it. Where does it go? It's gonna get hard. It's gonna be blocked, and like she said, whatever needs to come out is not gonna come out, and whatever needs to go back. And I know people have a challenge. It took me some years now. I was a band girl, back in the day, because I was a cheerleader. I was an athlete, gymnastics and all that. So we couldn't be around there funky like that. Then your hormones and different things fluctuate. But this is a practical strategy that you can use if you want to test the waters of either one, a natural deodorant, or going without anything. The winter time, we're coming upon this fall season, would be a good time to try it. One, typically you're not around a lot of people, and then you'll have on more clothing, which will be able to block that if you decided to test that. Some people put on deodorant when they get out of the tub in the shower at night, like you're going to bed. But some people do that. If that's what you do, it ain't no judgment. Cut that one out, right? So if you put it on in the morning before you leave it, at night before you go to bed, cut one out. That could be a practical strategy just so that you can get used to just not putting so much on your body that works in opposition of your natural system. We want things to work in conjunction with our natural systems, which is what herbs do and with what medicine. But anyway, I'm gonna let Nurse Taushie go on that end, right? So that's the thing. That's the difference. Right? When you like, well, what's the difference? If I can take an herb and then why certain medications and certain herbs don't blend because for the same ailment because they're doing different things in life.
Or because you got to remember 96 or 7% of the medication comes from a herb.
Uh-huh.
And so that's, I think, so sometimes people will overdo it because I have medication and I have herbs. And if anybody has ever heard me speak, I always talk to your doctor. Not even your doctor. Don't talk to your doctor. I ain't gonna lie. Talk to the pharmacist. Because
Yeah, pharmacists
that
be knowing.
person,
Yeah.
because that's what they study. They study to break down the compounds. They're really going to tell you what the breakdown of everything that medication is. And I know people will tell me it's so hard to get with the pharmacists and things of that nature, but try it because you don't want to add something and you're overdoing it, or you're knocking something that you need. Because some people you need both.
Yes.
So I don't want to. I tell people, don't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna start taking this herb and that's it," or I'm taking this medication. I want to get off of it, but I'm just gonna cold turkey stop. You can't. A lot of people just can't cold turkey stop. Once your body is used to doing it, you don't have something else in conjunction to help you. So it's a delicate balancing act with the both of them. But just always remember that almost every medication, when you get down to the science of it, comes from a herb.
Mm-hmm. It does. Yeah, it does. And yeah, I can't stress that enough, and we'll say it over and over. Make sure you're talking to your medical professional about whatever it is that you are deciding to do. And even if it's something where you're unsure of, and you have a lot of times we belong to either whether it's an HMO or PPO. You're with the HMO, you're generally involved in a medical group. And if you
Right.
have a primary care physician, you don't have to feel imprisoned by that one particular professional. If they're talking to you, in a way that one is not resonating with you, or you're feeling like you're not being heard, you can go to another doctor. In that medical group. The other thing is get your annual exams. If you need to go twice a year, go twice a year, but develop a relationship with your doctor so that the doctors are more willing to talk to you. Now, my doctors, well, I had one, this was way back in the day. Now I'm okay, but one saying when she used to see my name, like, oh Lord, I gotta study before she come up in here because I would just be, I keep a little diary. It's like, because you won't remember that your left pinky toe turned black in June, in December. I'm just saying, you like you. So those things you know you want to write down, but it is you have to be responsible for your own wellness. That's where it's coming from. Now our society, Lord, y'all don't be blocking me out. But anyway, some societies allegedly. So I gotta pick my words. Some societies, by the design of the societies, um, promote. I'm using air quotes. Sickness. It's sad, but yeah, because the money is in the illness and not in the cure. So you take from that, you put some pieces together and understand that. So if you're in a society that's more so advanced, air quotes again, that's more so advanced and is more interested in the quick fix of things, chances are something in your natural health journey are either going to get covered up or eliminated or ignored, in that process. So that's when you have to be your own advocate. And if something is not working for your body, talk to your doctor. There's more than one way. Like people have different DNA. So even if they have the same condition, I'll just pick one, hypertension. If they have the same condition, all of the medications for hypertension are not the same. They're different things because there's some things that some people can tolerate and some people cannot. But you, as the patient, you are your own advocate. And you don't have to get argumentative or combative with your healthcare professional, but you do need to let them know, look, I care about myself. But if you are coming in under crisis mode constantly, you're doing a disservice to yourself by not allowing your medical professional to get to know your history. You just come in with stuff that's breaking down. And that's hard because now you got to remember, all you're trying to do is get out of crisis, right? That's the whole triage part of it, right? You just trying to get out of that crisis state, but then you get upset because you've been my doctor for 10 years and the doctor's like, but right. 10 years, right? So you have to be your own advocate and you have to be okay with saying, well, you know what? Well, if you say no, you're going to be put down as non-compliant. I'm just saying, check you being non-compliant. But if you say, I'm not sure of this, or can we, if you can offer another plan that's feasible and practical and that you're going to stick to. Don't come in talking about, well, I'm cleaning up my diet and I'm going to eat this when you know you're lying. Don't do that. Because then you're pulling that doctor into a compromising position, and what they're not going to do is put their license on the line. They're not going to mess with you like that. They're going to say, I gave this patient this prescription, and the patient decided that they were going to go eat broccoli, 20 pounds of broccoli a day, and they didn't eat the broccoli, and then this is what happened. So the doctor's going to cover their butt, but you have to have something that's practical. The other thing that I believe that we do that's unfair to medical professionals is that we expect them to know about herbal remedies and natural healing, and they don't. That's just the truth of the matter.
It's not part of our training.
It's not. It's not a part of their training. So if I'm going to a cardiologist and the cardiologist is medically trained, I want to know what you know about this, and then I can take what you have given me to go to someone else who's a holistic, care provider, and see how I can implement those two things together. But don't put that kind of pressure on your medical professional because they know medicine and they're gonna cover their butts. They're gonna cover their butt. I don't blame them. They're not gonna lose their license.
And they're not really
So
going to talk too much about
exactly.
herbal too much or anything. You far and few. You may have a few that may give you easy things to do, but like to really dig into to some of the more complex herbs that are out there that potentially could help. You know, like I said, very far and few.
Because
It's not part of nursing.
Yeah.
It's not part of the method. It's not part of doctor's training.
That's a big thing.
And even talking about diet. Your doctor don't know your diet. So I'm gonna tell you this: with any condition that you have, I tell you always make sure you get a recommendation for a dietitian. because that's the person, that's the specialist, that's the person who has to check. The doctor gonna give you a sheet of paper and eat these things, and they may not work for you. So you want to talk to the specialist that can give you the alternatives, the things that you know what you can. I can sit down with you and say, what have I been eating? What's the alternative to eat? Because we got to be realistic. I'm not gonna just start eating carrots and salad every day if I haven't been. But how can I learn to try to transition? And that's what the diet should do. It should transition you to better things that will help you work on whatever that medical condition is. But we, you know, so I just tell people that all the time. That's like the number one thing we don't collab with a lot.
So you can just request a dietitian or a nutritionist. You can request that as
Yeah,
well.
you should be able to.
Okay.
You should. They should be able to give you a referral for that, because if you're asking me, I got hypertension, I keep going, you keep increasing my medicine, but we're not addressing my diet. We're not addressing my fitness. We're not addressing that. So like, we're not doing those things that's really gonna help me change. Give me this blood pressure medicine that's going to just, yeah, it's gonna bring it down, but is it gonna be a lifestyle change? You know, what's gonna happen is your body is gonna get used to it, and then, but you're still eating all of those things, and it's gonna just continue to slowly creep back. If you don't change your diet and you don't get a little fitness, and we know those things are the most, you know, mental things that we got to tap into fitness.
Yeah, that is true. We have to definitely.
And so, kind of to piggyback off of what you were saying, talk about the doctors, and just because we are in breast cancer month, make sure we're getting it checked out. Men too. Men get breast cancer, and I think that that's something that the cases are not as large, but it's there. Especially if you are a man that has, you know, you get, you know, as your muscles soften up, they get a little softer. If you're eating a lot of soy, you got to start to think about, because soy changes those things, and the cases are actually going up now for men that are getting breast cancer. I, I don't know what the test looks like for men, because commonly, you know, they don't have as much, you know, tissue there as we do, but it is something that if you do have cancer in your family, or if men in your family, I would suggest you look into that, because it's something that should be done. Of course, ladies, you know, we got to go every year. If you're 35, you should, and you got a history of breast cancer, make your doctors be okay to look into you now. You don't want to wait till you're 40, 45, and then here it is, you don't know what's going on. You got to check ourselves monthly, to make sure. Look at your breasts. You should know what your breasts look like. You should know what they feel like. You should be able to identify a change before the doctor identifies the change. We gotta be kind of be our first advocate. So check and touch and feel and see, and if something don't look right, don't feel right, your breast shouldn't be heavy all the time, even if you have big breasts. They shouldn't feel like they're just weighing you down as if like your cycle is getting ready to start. That should tell you that there's something wrong outside of your cycle is getting ready to start. They shouldn't be tender. Your nipples shouldn't be cracking. On the sides, some of us might have a little bit of extra meat back there, but you should know, like, okay, this money don't feel the same as it felt last month. So we got accustomed to feeling that. We got to get accustomed to feeling all here, because these are the areas in which most people get their breast cancer. Why? Because your lymph node is here, and a lot of times it's clogged, and it's been clogged for a while, and you don't know what's going on, because your lymph has just been sitting there trying to move around, and anytime the cells change.
So it's good to just start do the self, like when you do the self exam. Is it also good to just start doing some kind of lymphatic massage, like underneath your arms?
I mean, essentially, that's what it is. I mean, you're feeling, but you actually are giving yourself a massage as you're checking your breast. So, ladies, after our cycle, we want to let you want to make sure that we're checking all around. So you do start from here. Remember how they do it when you go from the inside here, because we all have a little bit of breast or mammary gland that's connected here. So you could have a cancer here. It might not be your core, but it may be under your arm, but it could be at that little connecting point that's your mammary.
Yeah, but that makes sense. Now, what about the whole? Because you know, with Black women, we tend to have a denser breast tissue, which makes it a little bit more difficult, you know, for a radiologist to read the reports when it comes to the exams that we get. but the insurance is not so readily agreeable to getting a pre or getting an ultrasound, or even getting MRI, for you to have your breast examined. And so, in that particular situation, what would be our alternatives as a patient?
Keep fighting with them.
Okay.
I mean, you got to advocate for yourself. Um, I know when I go, because I am one of those people that have every, I know I'm gonna have to go twice. Make sure that we're doing all the things that we're supposed to do. Don't wear the deodorant. Make sure I try to, when I know I'm going, I clean up my diet so I can make sure it's no additional things that could possibly, trigger stuff. No milk, no things that will like increase like my estrogen, increase those levels, things that will make you change, change the structure of things. You'd be surprised at what you ate the night before could make it look totally different when you go the next morning. And just think about like those things that you could do. Um, Try not to stress. A lot of times it could be stress. You got to remember, when we stress, we feel cortisol. Cortisol can change the structure of anything.
Ooh, repeat that. Yeah, we gotta repeat that. You repeat that. We gonna rewind. Repeat that.
So yeah, try your best not to stress, because when your body is in what we call fight or flight, it's gonna excrete cortisol, and it changes the structure of everything. It's gonna make your heart look different. It's gonna make your breast look different. It's gonna make every organ in your body because it's prepared to fight or flight. And some of us stay in that condition. And so we got to work to try to de-stress if you're always there, but just try not to have what we call white coat syndrome. Like you're getting ready to go to the doctor, you're getting ready to go have a procedure, you're extremely nervous about it. Find like ways to kind of like bring yourself down before you go, so you're not feeling cortisol.
You know what I'm gonna recommend for that? I'll just be recommending like over this past year, Andre 3000, the New Blue Sun. I mean, it's just something about that whole project. And I know the hip hop industry was getting upset with him. They wanted
I
him
kind
to,
of liked it though.
baby. I know I'm good. I listened to that. It's been maybe like 6 months now. I started doing the legs up the wall, and for all my yoga peeps, I've asked y'all that before. Why y'all ain't tell me about legs up the wall? When you rest your
Oh
legs on the
yeah,
wall, make sure that everything is running.
and
So
that's another lymphatic practice that you can do. Put your legs up the wall for a few minutes.
That's a useful strategy for y'all. I mean, it has been working for me. I actually felt better when I even got up just to walk. I was doing it at night and in the morning, and for the most part, it's really weird. I can remember to do it in the morning, and when I lay down, it's like I don't be thinking, but I want to do it morning and night. But I can do it in the morning, and I do it for 20 minutes, right? I legs up the wall. I put on Andre. I got him. Device is sitting above my head. My legs are up there, and that's the only thing that I'm listening to. And I'm just tuning out, and I'm just meditating on the messages that he had, because he does have messages in his song, and it's not of the hip hop culture or genre. I'm loving it. I mean, I haven't heard Lil Jon's yet. I heard his meditation project
Oh,
as
Lil
well.
Jon got one.
Lil Jon got one. He turned down for what? Yeah, he turned down to
So let
meditate.
me
Yeah,
write that down.
yeah, he has a whole like movement. Yeah, Andre has that project. But yeah, Lil Jon has one. But I recommend that. Now get you some Andre 3000 to just kind of bring you down and listen to it with an open heart, if that makes sense. So not only open your mind, open your ears. You can even keep your eyes open. I close mine, but just stay open. But above all, open your heart because of who it is. Now he's an artist, but top down, bottom up, all that. He's an artist. But when the initial thing that you think of Andre 3000, you think of Outkast, you think of hip hop. So take that out and just listen to the message that he's giving you. In the melodies, it's brilliant. The man is brilliant. So that's one useful strategy. Another, get to your appointment 2 hours early, especially on the day of that. Like Nurse Taushie said, because that white coat syndrome could be like, when I first started getting mammograms, I had to start getting mine early because that's what my mom was diagnosed at 45. She dealt with it, for 14 years. So I got mine like a long, 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 long time ago. And I would come in and like, oh Lord, like every single thing, everything that happened. But at the time, I was still in childbearing age, hormones are fluctuating, so every little bump, I'm like, oh God, this So I was stressing myself out for no reason. I had one radiologist, and I got to the point where it was like, if she ain't in there, I don't want to take my test today. Like, I don't want to, because of the way but when she explained it to me about the dense breast tissue, which is why I wanted to mention that, because we kept hearing it, well, black women have dense breasts, black women, and so we're thinking like, okay, so that just means I don't have a lot of fat. The way she explained it made it make so much sense to me, and I want to share this with you all. She said, what it's like, and she was the one who advocated for me. Like, she wrote the referral for me. Like, no, you need 3D, you need ultrasound, and you need MRI. Like, and I was young. I mean, so I've been doing this for But anyway, she said it's like finding a polar bear in a snowstorm without protective goggles on. So that's what I was like, whoa. When she said it that way, it made so much sense. I'm like, oh, so this is not a good thing, y'all. I'm just thinking, all right, that just means, gravity, ain't gonna be my enemy and all that. I'm thinking, I got a muscular body and I haven't, but when she explained it, so she was like, no, that's not what it means. Like, it's
Right.
not
It's
right.
not
It's
even
not
like, because
even
some
like, cause
people
some
like,
people like,
oh, you
oh,
real,
you
real
real,
fat.
real fat.
No,
No,
you
no.
can have
You
some
can
of
have some of
the
the
most,
most,
strong,
strong,
gleaming
gleaming
bodies, and
bodies, and
for some
for
reason,
some
with
reason,
black
with
women,
black
it
women,
is.
it is.
It
Yeah,
seems
just
like we just need
it's
to
in our
send us,
DNA.
stop the first test and just send us for the second one.
It's in our DNA. And she was really good, about, reading my stuff, which I love that about her. But then I guess, it just got to the point where she was like, no, she was like, I'm doing this for you. She might have been like thinking, just in case I ain't here no more. She's still there though. She's still with Advocate. Thanks God. Thank God.
But you just
But you
know what
just
to
know
ask
what to
for,
ask for. Yeah,
what's
but
supposed to
if I
happen,
come
or
in
they can
on
look
a
back
day,
and see what was going on.
exactly. Or if I come in on a day when she's not there, she was like, when she explained it, she said no. She said this is like looking for a polar bear in a winter storm without protective goggles on. I was like, ew, that's bad. Like,
Can't see
can't see
nothing.
nothing. Can't see nothing. Right, right. So that's a useful strategy for you to, either advocate for yourself or talk to the radiologist. Talk to the radiologist that's reading your exam, especially if you are a black woman and you listen to this. I'm going to
And I'm
speak,
gonna
and
say
I'm gonna say
this:
this:
the
the
radiologist
radiologist
is the
is the
specialist,
specialist,
not the
not the
doctor.
doctor. Yes, talk to the
The
radiologist.
radiologist, because guess
Because
what?
guess
They
what?
went
They
to
went to
school and
school
learned
and
the
learned the
structure of
structure
each and
of
every
each and
one of
every
those
one of
things.
those things.
As the
As the
nurse, I
nurse,
went to
I went
school
to school
to read
to
what the
read what the
radiologist
radiologist
wrote
wrote
and
and
interpret what they
interpret what
wrote.
they wrote.
But if they
But
put
if they
a
put
picture
a
up
picture
to
up
me,
to me,
that's not the
that's not the
area
area
of
of
expertise that we
expertise
are.
that
The
we are. The
doctors
doctors
neither.
neither.
The doctors
The
have
doctors
learned
have
to look
learned
at
to
it
look
like
at
they
it
can.
like
We
they
can.
can. We
I
can
can
look
look
at
at
it
it
and
and see
see
that
that
something is
something is
wrong, but
wrong,
I'm
but
not
I'm
gonna
not
know
gonna
each
know
and every
each and
little
every
bitty
little
area
bitty
what
area
that
what
what this is.
what this
I
is.
make
I
it
make it
clear.
clear.
But the
But the
radiologists,
radiologists,
they
they
are the
are the
specialists in
specialists
that
in
in that
that
arena,
arena,
and
and
that's why
that's why
I tell
I tell
people
people
in
in
healthcare
healthcare
never
never
minimize
minimize
somebody.
somebody.
I can't do
I
what the
can't do
radiologist
with the
does.
radio. Uh huh.
That's not my
That's not my
specialty.
specialty.
And the
And the
radiologist will
radiologist
look at
will
me
look
like,
at me
girl, you
like, girl,
crazy
you
for doing
crazy
all
for
of
doing
that.
all
Why
of that.
didn't you
Why
just
didn't you
learn
just learn
one thing?
one thing?
And so
And so
nurses and
nurses
doctors,
and
we
doctors,
know
we
a
know a
broad
broad
brand
brand
of
of
a lot of
a
stuff,
lot of stuff,
but we're not the
but we're not the
specialists.
specialists.
And
And
unless
unless
we just say,
we
I'm
just say
only
I'm
going to
only
do
gonna
one
do one
single
single
area.
area. Yeah, and I'm not even gonna say don't be afraid. Be afraid, but ask anyway. Write it down. Write your things down when you come in because they'll come back in. So whoever's doing your exam, right? They're gonna say, "Do you have any questions about anything?" You can point to your note. Write the stuff down, but ask to speak with the radiologist. I mean, I haven't run into any who were just me. I mean, because I always be trying to figure out when my radiologist, look, she my radiologist when she's there, so I can schedule my exam on the day she's there. But I've had my test read by other radiologists, but I do want to talk to whoever's on staff that day. I mean, I'm just going to ask those questions, just to make sure. And even if you don't have a question, you just say, I just want to, make sure, this is
Yeah.
scary for me or whatever. And they understand. They've heard it. They know that, it's a scary thing. But don't let fear paralyze you or keep you away from going to get those exams because I have met so many women, in particular black women, who are over 40 years old who have never had a period. Like never. Like I'm scared they're gonna find something. They might, but if they find something and you're scared and it's this little, it's gonna be better than them finding something you're scared and it's this big, right? If it's there, it's there. Whether you're fearful of it or not. If you have a friend, if you have, and there are actually support groups. You can go online. I just don't think that the internet limits us to anything. I mean, you can go online.
Right.
You can just put in companion to go for go with breast exam. I mean, there are groups like everywhere. You have people, different cancer support centers, they have people who are, I mean, they volunteer and they'll come and they'll go, to the doctor's appointments with you. If you need someone, there with you. But don't not get those exams. Whether you have, does that sound right? Double negative. Don't not get those exams. You know what I'm talking about. Make sure you get those exams. But even if you don't have insurance, especially in the month of October, if this is the only time that you'll get breast
That you can
exam,
get it for free.
you got the mobile units that are out. You can call Chicago, City of Chicago. If you're in Chicago, because we're in the Midwest in Chicago, you call 311 or whatever city you're in or whatever state you're in. Go on your county health website. Go on your state health website. Go on US is it us.gov website, whatever that is. You go, or just put it in. It's like, you know what? I ain't gonna remember all those websites. Put it on there and say, where can I find pizza near me? I'm just saying. You can find free mammograms near me. I'm just saying. If you can find those things, you put them in there. Those things are out there. But you want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself and that you are not leaving any stone unturned when it comes to that, especially if you have smaller children. And I know we can get to the state of where, we just get immobilized, like, well, if something, is wrong with me, I'm the only parent, right? I'm the only parent, and then what are my kids going to do? But if you are the only parent and then there is something wrong, and you have to be put in a state of where as you're very limited in what you can do, you think back, you just don't want to have that regret. Only done this. And there are some people who get their mammograms regularly, and a month after an actual mammogram, they're like, I got a what? Like they find out, after everything was clear, and then something else comes up. So it's not that, everything is going to be totally avoided, but it's about empowering yourself with the knowledge so that you can make informed decisions. Now, if you know that there are things that you're not doing, just as we said before, now, does everybody have to be vegetarian? No. I mean, there are different things that you can do to make sure that you are eating the best quality of whatever it is. But eating is one of the things that we're going to do from when we are born until we leave. So what we want to do is make sure that that path that we're on, that it becomes nutritious. Now, sometimes we just want some junk. That does happen. It's not the end of the world. But if junk is all you're eating all of the time, it just seems, and this is just my opinion, it just seems, I'm going to use the word weird, just for lack of me wanting to insert something else, but it's just weird that you would really expect that you're going to be healthy, but all you eat is junk. That doesn't make a lot of sense, and I just don't think no matter how hard you try, you're going to be able to make that make sense. Not that it doesn't taste good to you, not that it doesn't feel good to you. A lot of times, our relationship with food, the journey that we're on with food, is based on how it makes us feel, not physically, how it makes us feel emotionally. That's where that whole soul food came from, right? They gave us scraps. Let's talk about the colonizers. I'm just saying, y'all don't mute me. But anyway, they gave us scraps, and our ancestors were able to make those scraps feed our soul because that's what we had. That was the one thing that they couldn't take from us, and they still can't. They can't take our soul away from us. That was that one thing. So our ancestors had to figure out this ain't what we used to, but this is all they're giving us, and we got to feed our people. We have to feed each other, and that's where that came from. Like, how do we get down into our soul? So we already know. If you coming from where we coming from, you got that melanated skin. I mean, like no matter what country you come from, your food is good. I'm just saying, and our food can really get in there. But do we have to stick to the actual ingredients that were given to us as scraps, or are there ways that we can make those things healthier or
And still
healthier
nourish our soul.
and still nourish our soul? Yeah, we can still have that flavor. So it doesn't have to be flavorless because you decide that you're gonna take a healthier path. It can just be one day. Like what was the hashtag? Like meatless Monday. If you want to just take one day where you say, I'm just gonna eat all meat. Some people do intermittent fasting. Some people do juicing. Some people do smoothies. I mean, there are different ways that you can allow your digestive system to rest. Because sometimes that's what your digestive system needs, so that your circulatory system can catch up, so that your lymphatic system can be able to flush things out, right? So that your respiratory system can say, whoo, right? Like all of those things are going to come into play with your digestive system. If you've never heard of it, I'm going to share this with you. I got to say allegedly, but let's just say the common belief, big general common belief is our diseases or our issues, those first, health conditions start in our core, in the center, in our gut. Our gut health is it's paramount. When it comes to how we're gonna live and how we're gonna move. Through our society. From day to day. Just think about if you go on vacation. I don't know how many people go on vacation, but if you go on vacation, especially if you travel out of the country. We're in the U.S., so if you're chiming in from somewhere else, let us know where you're chiming in from. Or if you're in the U.S., just let us know where you're chiming in from in the U.S. But when you travel to other cultures or other countries, they have a lot of fresh food. We arrogant Americans think everybody is slow. I'm just saying. But when they have a lot of fresh foods, and what do you hear? That food messed my stomach up. When in reality, your stomach messed that food up. Because we got titanium in our bellies over here in America because of the things. Girl, listen, we got titanium coats, inside of our digestive system because our food is so, oh my gosh,
Heavy,
it's heavy, it's
heavy,
processed. I mean,
full of
it's
all
full of
kind of
additives, all sorts of things, in our food. So when you think about what happens to your body when you go to another culture, you have to keep going back and forth to the bathroom because they don't have all of those additives that we have. Just think about
and
something
think
like that.
about how hard the lymphatic system has to work because let's talk about a lot of some of the things that it got to do.
Yes.
It's gonna help you. It's supposed to help you with your immune defense. So it's supposed to be the thing that's helping you fight off germs, fight off viruses, fight off this. It's also going to help you to keep your fluids balanced. So you know those people that be walking around with swollen feet, swollen hands, swollen legs. You got a lymphatic issue somewhere in your system. There's a blockage, or your heart, or your lungs, one of the two. Um, it helps you to pull back in the nutrients that you might need. So if it's clogged, it's not flowing, it's not picking up stuff, dropping off stuff, you're not getting what you need. And she was speaking to the stomach. There is a major node in your stomach that's assisting with all of these things. So that's what it's doing. It's going in there, it's pulling out all of the stuff that we're supposed to get, throwing it over here to where it's supposed to go. But if it's full, if it's filled with additives and grease and processed heavy meat. I'm not a meat eater, but if you are, you do got to rest your stomach. Your colon can't take it. We have 27 feet is our colon, intestines, colon, all of that. So imagine eating 3 times a day food that includes the meat, but you're not pooping
Mm.
3 times a day because you should be pooping out 3 times a day if you're eating 3 times a day, especially if you're eating the meat. So that just tells you, so 27 feet, it's got to make its way on down. And when we go to the bathroom, 9 times out of 10, it's just that. That's not what we ate today or a few days ago, depending on what it is, depending on the meat. So sometimes just resting your stomach, resting your gut will help you to flush on out, increasing your water, doing a little lymphatic movement, getting up, moving your body. That's why I love walking. The simplest thing you could do. Take a nice little walk. You'll be amazed at what starts moving when you start moving. It also will help move your lymphatic system, get your digestion going, make you feel good. And all of those things. So it will just help you clear your mind and make sure all of those things help with everything that's going on with you. And if you do have any issues that are going on with you, your mental is the number one thing you need. You can't fall apart when things are falling apart physically. Because if mentally we fall apart and physically we're falling apart, how we gonna fight? Because the body's gonna just say, okay, I'm tired. I'm just gonna let that take over. That's why you'll see somebody might go in, have stage 4 cancer, and be like, this is not gonna get me, and do everything, and they beat it. But you have somebody at stage 1, and they gone for years because they gave up. They're like, oh my God, woe is me. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna change what I'm doing. I'm not gonna mentally. So it's all about you. And, you making those changes. Even if you get a message to you that's not the best, how I'm gonna fight against it because we gotta stay in constant fight to make sure that we are healthy, especially with the food we got here.
Wow. So that's that mind over matter um, psychology, basically the mind over matter. But I was going to ask you something about when you were talking about the digestive system and the 27 feet. So that means that as that stuff is backing up, since it can't come out the way that it would typically come out, it's coming out of other places or either going towards other places of your body that can release it. So that means, like, say, for instance, with your breast, it's going to back up or try to get back up through your lymphatic system.
No, it's gonna sit there. And
Yeah.
so in the body, so everybody, every cell could change and turn into a cancerous cell. So it's a turn off switch. And it could depend on what you're eating, how healthy your body is. Will it sustain the way that it's normally designed to be? But if anything sits and can't flow, it can't flow. So say I'm some lymphatic fluid. I've come from picking up all this garbage from over here, but I can't get out, and I'm
Ah,
sitting right
okay.
here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to change into something else. The body is designed to change into whatever I need to change into so I can do whatever the function is. And so then you couple that on with your diet. Then you couple that on with all of those other things. So we all know sugar feeds all the cells in our body. That's why we want it. You're a sugar eater, and you got a cancer cell. It's going to eat it. It's going to multiply. It's going to double, and that's typically what happens.
And you know,
And
I
so
find it amazing that I'm not in every person's doctor visit, but from my understanding, even when I talk to people, I've been dealing with through the years, the doctor is not telling them to stay away from sugar. Like, cancer loves sugar, and we got a lot of sugar here. Like, it's just weird to me. That is not a part of the conversation with the plant. Now, this is what I can say. Like, for with my mom, even when she was at the terminal state, what they suggested finally, because she didn't get nutrition plans or nothing like that. This was back in the '80s, and I mean, I got a whole platform I can stand on when it comes to causes, but I digress. But anyway, so she didn't get those plans that you were talking about, those nutrition plans. But the only thing they said about food, this was towards the end, terminally.
I mean, towards the end, give her what she wants.
You said what?
Towards the end, give her what she wants. I mean,
Well, no, they said stay away.
That's how I would feel.
Well, no, they said stay away from charbroiled foods, like real foods. That was it. I'm like, after 4.
I mean, but if you didn't give me the beginning, at the end, I'm eating what I want.
Right.
I mean, because I might as well enjoy what I have right now. I'm gonna enjoy it now.
That was so weird to me. That was so weird. And as I studied and as I learned more, I mean, of course, I'm getting angrier and angrier because of all of the things that I saw that transpired, throughout her journey. And so the knowledge wasn't as advanced as what it is now, which is another platform that I can get on because I don't understand why it's still here the way that it is, that the knowledge has advanced that far.
Well, the knowledge been there.
I know, but I'm saying, but it just seemed, like, why would you not? But then I'm starting to learn the whole system. It's a money game, and they in it for the long game. And to tell you something like that, then guess what that means? You ain't coming back as my patient. You won't be back as my patient, and that might check into my account. And if it checks into my account, that means my account is going to be. But that's what we are. That's what we are. But yeah, but still, like Nurse Taushie said, the other things that I do remember, as a younger person, being told when it comes to the dense breast tissue is stay away from like dark colas, dark sodas, caffeine,
Dairy,
chocolates. Yeah,
the white stuff, like dairy and stuff like that, because it also increases the mucus. It also increases the mucus that is in there, so it could look like you have additional lines there.
Yeah, but I mean, so
Dark
that's
cola.
something too that you
Now,
got to
having a little piece of dark chocolate, not a whole lot. They say it's very good for you.
Yeah,
A good quality dark chocolate, not M&M's.
the kind that make you go,
Right.
is this chocolate?
Right.
Cacao.
The real chocolate.
Cacao. Yeah, you want to come from the cacao plant. Yeah, but I mean, I just thought that was really interesting because that creates those like phantom cysts that may feel like tumors and they're really not tumors, and then you go in and you are panicking.
And so that's why I kind of spoke to also knowing your breath.
Yes.
Because like I can feel like I know where my little crevices are, my little dents. So like you want to know that Yes, they may tell you it's there, so you don't want to send yourself into worry mode when you know, like, okay, I've been checking for months and months and months. Because you're gonna physically feel what's there that they don't see. But if you don't know what your breast feel like, you don't know that one is, you know, naturally one is bigger than the other, but it shouldn't be like double the size bigger than the
Right.
other. It shouldn't be. I got a big, I got a big something over here. I don't know what it is. Or you thinking like, oh, it's my bra rubbing, or oh, it's my this rubbing, but you got to feel. It shouldn't. If you see any changes with your skin, be be concerned. Go see the doctor. Don't just assume that it's one thing. Make sure it's not. Make sure it's not your breast. A real issue with your breast. But just if you know what that dense meat, that density parts of your breast feels like, so you don't put yourself in panic mode, because that's what we do a lot of the time. We go into panic mode because we get that, and especially when they call it come and do the second one, it sends you in panic mode. But
This is what you do.
like,
This
what
is
they want
what
me
you
to come back for?
do. You get the phone and say, why you calling me?
What they calling me for? Right?
It's like, why you calling my phone? I ain't no.
No news is good news.
Exactly. Why you calling me? What am I coming back for? Yeah, when I got my first call back, I was like, oh Lord, I'm all on my knees in the exam room, like, oh Lord Jesus, oh, like, don't let this
So I
bitch
just tell
pass.
people, if you have a history of breast in your family, please tell your doctor. Don't say, well, I don't know. And you know that you had your grandmother, your first aunt. It doesn't have to be your mother. But down that family history, whether you know that 4, 5 of your aunts in the family have had breast cancer, or you know, or your dad's side, we have to know those things, because how they treat you is totally different than how you treat somebody who say, "Oh no, nobody in my family has ever had cancer," especially when you're on the younger end, because the younger women are coming up with breast cancer a lot more. One is the food. Stop eating chicken. But one is the food. But also, when they really dig into the history, ask your parents, ask people. Y'all gotta have those conversations, because don't just when you don't know, or maybe you might not have a close knit family. Y'all gotta start talking to each other, because when they do dig into, you see 5, 6, 7 people that had breast cancer when you should have been getting tested 4, 5 years ago.
Yes,
And
exactly.
here it is, you finally hit 40, and now you got a scare at 41.
So that's
Um,
another useful strategy. So we're gonna round up because we're coming up on our hour mark. So we talked about what we came here to talk about, the lymphatic system and understanding how the lymphatic system works. And if yours is not flushing the way that it should be, there are things you can do, from the rebounding to the lymphatic massages to walking, to just exercising, flushing it out, making sure you're getting your rest, you're de-stressing, that you're drinking your water. As far as your breast health, you're doing your exams and you're noticing, what's not right, what was there, what wasn't there. Take notes, write stuff down, because I don't know about your mind, but my mind is almost 60 years old. So
yes, I keep a notebook. I ain't even
so
sick.
you get your little calendar or put it in your phone. I mean, some the new people, young people, they got a little app on their phone. That's fine. Whatever it is, you write that down. That's another useful strategy. When you get there, when you take your exam, and if you are a black woman who had, any woman for that matter, but definitely a black woman, if you have been told that you have dense breast tissue and they're only doing a standard mammogram, request you get ultrasound, you get a 3D exam, or you get an MRI. If that primary care physician is not is not going to make that referral for you, and you're advocating for yourself, you can go to someone else in that medical group or talk to the radiologist. It was her suggestion. I didn't even know to ask. That's why I'm telling you. Talk to the radiologist and have the radiologist put that in your record, that this is what you need,
Mhm.
because you have that dense breast tissue. The radiologists are the experts. What's the other thing? Oh, make sure you keep your gut health in check. We're not saying you can't eat those feel good foods, but you can't be feeling good all the time eating trash, right? And it's a journey, and that you have to pace yourself on, but you have to be consistent with it. Another useful strategy is either meditating or just taking some time to just chill, to just slow down. Show up to your appointments early. I say get you some Andre 3000 in your life, or whoever's gonna take you to that level. For me, is him, and I'm good. I mean, I'm good with some Andre 3000 legs up the wall to help drain my lower lymphatic system. What else am I missing?
Mm. So me personally,
Uh huh.
I'm a herb girl.
Uh huh.
And so I have a few herbs that I take consistently. I don't take any medicine. So I would advise anybody that take medicine, write down what I'm saying, do your own research, talk to all of your doctors, and talk to your pharmacist.
Okay.
But on a regular basis, I am going to have turmeric in my system. And these are things you can cook with. These are not things you got to go out and be like, I don't know what they are. Make sure you get some turmeric. But if you're going to have just turmeric, you want to make sure you have a little pinch of pepper in it. I have it every day. Make sure that I have some garlic in my system every day. I make sure that I have ginger in my system every single day. Now that we're coming up on the colder months, I will have elderberry and honey in my system every single day. Get you a onion and make sure you have a little onion in your system almost every day. I probably have it every day. But those are the top 5 or 6 things that I almost have in my system every single day. Why they're inexpensive? You don't have to say I gotta go to a health food store to go find them. They are something that you can buy in bulk. They last a long time. You can have them in tea. I can cook with them. I sprinkle them in a smoothie. I sprinkle them on this. I take a capsule of it. I can make a capsule of it. If you're inclined, you can make you up a little mix and mix them together and take a spoonful of it. But it's just something that works on so many different things in your body. Inflammation, getting your gut health together, making sure that you stay up regular. Honey is gonna help you build some it's anti-inflammatory. I mean anti-infective. So it'll pull some infection out. So it just those are some just easy. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to do a whole lot of research. I just tell you always just adding it for a supplemental purpose that to make sure that that's something that's already in the and I don't know what you're doing. So that's why I always recommend it. Even though you cook with it, just let your doctors know.
Okay. Let me share my blend because you had me except for onion.
I got some more, but I was just trying to think about just the
No, I'm saying I'm gonna share mine. So this is what it is. So my morning tonic is apple cider vinegar, lime juice. I do lemon sometimes. I just prefer the smoothness of lime. So my apple cider vinegar, my lime. I got turmeric. I got cinnamon, and I have ginger in it. My additive would be maple syrup instead of honey. So that's what I got. I mean, that's one blend I take. But I mean, garlic, yes. I mean, I'm cooking with garlic. I mean, I'll cook with some ground onion, but that fresh onion. So yeah, so like you said, on that daily basis, that's something that I know I'm gonna take. I mean, I got my chlorophyll, I got my biotin. I mean, so those are different things. And we won't go into deep details because we don't want y'all to go back and say, "But Nurse Taushie, she told me to take this and cold right out." But we didn't. We just telling you what
And
we
for the chlorophyll, for you ladies who don't want to be using deodorant no more, if you start taking chlorophyll every day, you'll see that you don't need no deodorant.
Get you some mint tea. I got a whole bunch of mint in my backyard that just kind of wild. But yeah, drink some mint tea. Take some chlorophyll capsules, or if you got. I mean, you got to be careful with the liquid chlorophyll because it can get kind of messy. But I mean, I'm good with it because I've been using it for years. But yeah, but that chlorophyll, that's an internal deodorizer. But we got to go into a whole nother show for that. We're gonna wrap up the show on that note. So we wanted to make sure that we talked about the lymphatic system. We talked about breast cancer risk. We talked about those exams. We gave you some practical strategies that were physical strategies you can do, as well as some herbal remedies that we do. You can do it if you want to, but we can't recommend that when you try to chill. License and stuff on the line. And so now, Nurse Taushie, let them know how they can reach you, but I'll also put her information in our show notes. But let them know how they can reach you.
So I'm on all social platforms and Taushie Wellness. So TikTok is my. I'm in love with TikTok right now.
Okay.
I have a TikTok page, but I don't hardly do too much on that. I also do chair fit workouts, but I stream them. So it's like if you see me on there, you just hop on and just get it in because that's my get back to people. It's open. It's no like, oh, you gotta do all this special stuff. No, hop on the days that I do it and just get the workout in. Why? Because we all need it. It might be the middle of the day. Your boss ain't got on the nerve. You need to just stretch and breathe and move your body. Because I do it in the daytime, and it's low impact. It requires you in the chair. And so I also do a walking class Sunday morning from your home on Zoom. I mean on Zoom, and I also stream it on TikTok. And again, that's my give back. Just get up and get yourself moving. You don't have to go outside. Listen, you ain't got to have on no clothes. I don't see. I don't know what you got on.
Right.
Not have on. I half the time I don't have on shoes, so shoes are not required. So I like to take the need in all of these things out of doing what we need to do. How can I just use what I have right now? I don't want you to go get no gym membership and knowing you're not gonna go. I don't want you to be like, oh, I got an excuse why I'm not gonna get up. Well, the one thing we know is that we're gonna have our phone and move everybody. Just sit your phone up and just move your body. You can move at your pace. You can't do anything. If you want to sit down and walk, it's up to you. But my mission is just to get us moving. Let's get our heart rates up. Let's get us to where our bodies are not failing. I work in healthcare. I will tell you that I am seeing patients that are younger and younger and younger. It's sad to see people my age that are in a debilitating state, and they haven't had anything major. Their body just has failed them because of they haven't taken care of their bodies. And so my mission is that I can get, of course, the seniors movement, but my age, we the next seniors on the way, and so we want to make sure that we're not beating up our bodies to the point that we need these young folks to take care of us in our 40s and our 50s. We shouldn't be like in nursing homes and things or having illnesses that we have seen our great grandparents have in the 80s and 90s. The diseases are getting are attacking us so much.
Okay, y'all. So on that note, you can still make comments after this video is posted. And once again, like I said, I will put Nurse Taushie's information down in the description. And we want to thank you all for joining us. And stay tuned. We got 2 more months in this year on the Self-FULLness Matters community series. And we hope you join us again next month. Pray for us when it comes to technology. On that note, y'all, peace. We're getting out of here.